Hello again, everybody. It is Takedown. Scott Casper, joined now by assistant head coach there, Luke Becker, University of Minnesota. It's going to be Sunday, Luke, when you guys go into a sold-out sports pavilion and welcome the Penn State Nittany Lions. No secret, I've picked Minnesota to win this year. It's going to be a squeaker. But Minnesota, if anybody can get the job done, NCAA championships in Oklahoma City, your ultimate goal. But we're going to have a test this Sunday, February 9th at 1 o'clock Central. It's sold out, like I mentioned. It's going to be on the Big Ten Network. Talk a little bit about the anticipation of Penn State coming to town. The Gophers are literally sharpening their teeth in preparation.
Yeah, I think so. Our guys are focused right now. They're ready to go. They know what's on the line here. Obviously a Big Ten dual meet championship is on the line, along with just the big thing for them is they want to go out and compete well in front of our home crowd. And it's going to be a great duel. Obviously, there's a ton of very tight matches or toss-up matches, if you will, and the big going to need to win those close ones. So, but everybody seems to be in good spirits right now. They're excited about it. They're fired up. It's great to have a chance to be able to have a dual meet like this in front of our home crowd, a sold-out crowd of at the pavilion. So it's going to be an exciting dual meet.
Your last dual meet was against Indiana, winning that one 35-6. I don't know if it's a fair test. The boys get what they do, but you guys are hitting on all cylinders right now. It's been a season for the record books. I got to believe Coach Robinson, J. Rob, is pretty pleased with his staff, you guys, and also this team.
Yeah, he is. Like I said, the guys have been wrestling well. And the good thing is we haven't necessarily had all 10 guys firing at one time yet, which is good. We want that further down the road, and hopefully here on Sunday we'll have all 10 guys, because I think we're going to need that to beat Penn State come Sunday. But overall, the guys have been wrestling well. We're getting guys back in the lineup. Everybody seems to be healthy again now, so things are going well.
You did have that loss at Michigan, but you came back and won, beating a very tough Iowa Hawkeye team, 19-15. You won 5 bouts on the afternoon. Can you talk about the improvement from Michigan to Iowa?
Yeah, I think guys were just, there was a little bit of lapse on some of the guys' parts when we went into Michigan, and I don't know if they were quite up for it or ready for it. Michigan's obviously a very tough team, but I don't think a few of our guys were ready to really wrestle there, and I think they did a great job going down into Carver Hawkeye and being excited for the match and ready to go. Kind of a crazy duel, as everybody saw. I think there were 5 upsets on paper, so it wasn't definitely wasn't how anybody kind of anticipated the match to go, but our guys did a great job, went out there and fought and battled in a hard atmosphere to wrestle in, and they came out on top. So,
Luke, it is a hard atmosphere to wrestle in. Anybody that goes into Carver Hawkeye anymore is well aware of that atmosphere, but I think we're seeing that even more across the country. Surely it is at Minnesota. It's tough to come into Minnesota and pull an upset against the Gophers at any time, and perhaps that's what Penn State is going to be facing on Sunday. Let's talk a little bit more about this matchup, this Big Ten matchup between you guys and the Hawkeyes, because it was your Sam Brankel who picked up his 7th win of the year when he upset Thomas Gilman, and that perhaps was an upset, at least on paper, but I don't think Sam saw it that way.
No, the biggest thing for me, when if you watch that duel, when Sam got done, he didn't celebrate, he didn't pump his fists or anything. He got up, walked back to the center, took his wristbands off, and walked to the edge of the mat like, this is what I'm supposed to do when I go out there and compete. Which I thought was pretty impressive for Sam. But it was a great win for him. I think he's starting to build some confidence. I think he's starting to realize that he can compete with these guys. And he's getting better and better every time he steps out there on the mat. So,
who else do you really think, looking back at that performance, because obviously this is going to help propel you guys into the Sunday bout with Penn State, who else really stood up and made you say, you know what, that's what we're talking about, that's what we've been coaching?
Yeah. Well, I think Scott Schiller went out there and wrestled an unbelievable match. He's just building confidence every time he steps on the mat, and he's getting better and better, and really kind of separating himself from everybody else in that weight class. I thought he wrestled extremely well. Obviously, Dylan going out there and beating St. John was impressive. Finding a way to win like Dylan seems to do quite a bit. So but overall, up and down the lineup, our guys went out and wrestled. Even the matches we lost, I thought we wrestled extremely well, and we were, pushing the action, trying to score points, and so overall, I think guys wrestled well, and obviously, score wise or match wise, some of them lost some matches. I think they thought they could have won, but overall as a whole, I thought we wrestled extremely well.
Scotty Schiller is not wrestling like he is number one. Here's what he's wrestling like to me: a guy that wants to be number one. And it seems as if he's not defending the spot as much as he is just getting out there and wrestling as if he wants to be that guy. He is that guy, but I don't know that he knows that.
No, his goal when he steps out there is he wants to go out there and get better and better every time, and really he spends a lot of time off the mat watching film and doing everything and preparing. He does everything he needs to get himself ready when he goes out there and competes, and he's just building confidence every time he does. And he knows if he goes out and wrestles his pace and his style and forces guys to wrestle the way he wants, that it's going to be hard for guys to stick with him.
University of Minnesota Gopher assistant coach Luke Becker joins us in a review of what happened, and then we'll take a look at what will happen this Sunday on the Big Ten Network as 1 o'clock Central Time. The Penn State Nittany Lions come to call, and they are number one, at least in the rankings. In Minnesota looks to move into the number one spot as we make our way to the NCAA championships. Of course, the Big Tens are going to be coming up too, and Madison is going to come alive with this battle, this three-way or four-way battle, at least for the number one spot. And I think it's fascinating to see how this whole thing is shaking out. This is an exciting year for every weight, really. Scotty Schiller dominating his weight, 23 to 23 and 0 on the year, and a great performance by him. But then it was Tony Nelson looking to bounce back after his loss to Adam Kuhn of Michigan. And just when we thought we'd figured out the heavyweights, Adam Kuhn stands up, and then Mike McMullen stands up, and all of a sudden we got a battle, man. We got 8 of the 10 top heavyweights in the country in the Big Ten. Coach, what are you guys thinking here?
Yeah, it's just, and heavyweight's obviously extremely tough. 74 is extremely tough, but up and down the 10 weights, all those toughs are really, really extremely tough. There's some great individuals, and really the Big Ten and the Big Ten tournament has become the premier conference, hands down, and it really is almost its own mini national tournament, at the beginning of March, and it just is. It's a hard fought battle. A lot of times you'll see, 2 guys ranked in the top 8 in the country meeting in the quarterfinals, 4 or 5 seeds. It's just some of those weight classes are just really stacked. So, but it's I think it's what helps prepare our guys for the NCAA tournament, because they see this competition on a weekly basis, and they know they get to meet these guys, and they know what it's going to take, and they feel the grind, and they really just get a feel for what it takes to push through and fight through that grind and meet those top caliber guys on a week to week basis.
I can't believe it's going to be very exciting as you prep for Penn State coming in. You're going to see Penn State at home, advantage Minnesota. You're going to see Penn State at Wisconsin, or at least great matchups during the Big Tens. And then, of course, at the NCAA championships, it'll be kind of a fair playing field, as it will be taking place in Oklahoma. Coach, I don't know that anybody can predict out the season. You surely hope the best for your team, but how do you feel about the Gophers and Penn State on Sunday at 1 o'clock?
I feel confident about it. Our guys know what they need to do. There's some toss-up matches, I think, in there that I think we lost. We did get to see these guys head-to-head in a lot of matches out of the Southern Scuffle. So the nice thing is we maybe didn't come out on top on some of those matches like we had hoped, but I think our guys have done a good job of making some adjustments, figuring out what they need to do to make sure that they win those close ones. So
it seems as if the Gophers are being featured more and more and more. Like Tony Nelson, for example, featured in a beautiful video. I think well produced video. Is it fair to say that there's more attention on the Gophers this year than perhaps last?
I think so. I think there might be a little bit. We do obviously we have Cole Schrupp up here who does a ton of videos for us, which
dude's talented.
Yeah, he does an extremely well job, and he gets a lot of press out there for us, which helps out. But I really haven't paid too much attention to that. from last year to this year. But
All right, can you at least give me 5 of the 10 starters for you on Sunday?
well, we're coming with our full lineup.
Oh
we're
boy.
gonna we're gonna need to. So, I mean, that's our plan. Like I said, everybody's healthy, so we're planning on sending out our 10 guys that that have been wrestling for us. So.
Any question marks on the weekend?
Not really. Everybody, like I said, everybody feels healthy, and we're going to send, all of our guys are planning on competing unless something crazy happens the next day or two, which I don't see happening. So,
Zilverberg goes for you at 65.
yep, yep,
Dude's a talented wrestler, isn't
yeah,
he? Yeah.
yeah. He's gotten better and better each year. He's been here, and he really kind of, you know, without I hope this doesn't sound bad, but kind of matured a little bit late into his wrestling career, and really has figured things out and really come along the last year and a half.
So Zilberberg at 65, and
Yep.
by the way, he's made Wyzetta real proud. That community is very proud of Danny Zilberberg. What about David Thorne? Is he your guy at 33?
Yeah. Yep.
And Steinhaus, we got Steinhaus at 84.
Steiny's going to be in 84. We'll have Storley at 74.
Mm.
So.
And you know what? Storley, I remember when he chose Minnesota out of Roslyn, South Dakota, Webster High. The dude was so excited. I think I even talked to his mother about living out that dream of being coached by J. Rob and being a University of Minnesota Golden Gopher. And signing day was like yesterday for football guys. I mean, this is it's very special to be offered a scholarship, to be a scholarship athlete anymore, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's not an easy thing to come by. And for Storley, he kind of grew up obviously being from same town as Brock Lesnar, who was obviously a heavyweight champion for us here back in the
Back in the day.
2000 I think was when he won it. But so he grew up kind of, Brock brought him up a few times, and he grew up kind of watching Minnesota wrestling. So it was a pretty exciting thing for him to be able to kind of grow up watching Minnesota wrestling and now finally become a part of it. So.
Yeah, he's looking up to Brock, I'm sure, size-wise.
Yeah,
Brock's a big man. Remember the first time I watched him wrestle was in I can't even remember who you guys were wrestling, man, but I remember it was sold out, and he came in, sat with us for a little bit. That's a big guy.
yeah.
But listen, it's going to be a fun Sunday. We want to encourage everybody to watch 1 o'clock again, Central Time on the Big Ten Network, Penn State and the University of Minnesota Golden Gophers. It's going to be an outstanding. Hey, you know what? Here's an opportunity for you. What do you want to tell those Gopher fans out there, because they have been loud and proud this year?
Well, we're just, it's going to be a sold-out venue. We're bringing some extra bleachers in behind the benches to get a few more fans in the stands, and they've done a great job cheering us on all year, and it's very loud atmosphere in there, and I know they're going to do a great job getting us rolling, and our guys are excited to get out there and compete in front of our home crowd.
Luke, always good to talk to you. I want to thank you for today. Fans, you can catch up and keep up with the Gophers at gophersports.com. Just click on the wrestling tab. That's where you need to be. Luke Becker's been our guest. Like I said, always good to talk to you. Give our best to J. Rob, and special thanks to Kevin LaValle as well. He's been awful kind in sharing today, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, you got us all hooked up, so I appreciate you having me on. It's always a pleasure.
We'll do it again, man. Good luck. Wrestle hard on Sunday. We'll see how everything shakes out about 3:30, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Thanks, Luke.